What's going on, guys? Welcome to a special episode of the Popcorn People podcast. On today's episode, we are going to just give you guys a quick overview and breakdown of the Critic Choice Award nominees that were released earlier today. It's the 29th Annual Critics' Choice Awards. They will air on January 14th live on the CW network. Today, we're just going to talk about the nominations with our follow-up episode on Sunday. We're going to break down the nominations and then, of course, share some of our picks across the board on the categories. As always, I'm joined by my partner in crime and fellow Critics' Choice member, Mr. Don Fisher. How are you, bud?
Pop, 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 pop. I'm good, man. It's a weird in the middle of the day thing. I posted on Geek Vibes the nominations, and I had actually when they had dropped, and I realized when I looked it up, there was like Deadline and some others that posted it like an hour before, and I was like, man, hold up, how would we not know? I was trying to be surprised, and they had already had it out there.
I know it was crazy. Like I think something happened where they leaked early, so it was like one of those. All right, they leaked early. Let's go ahead and get these tweets out here. I think that's exactly what happened. But we're gonna break down some of the big categories for you guys. Again, we're gonna do a full breakdown on this coming Sunday. Very excited about that. Let me see if I can get this. I don't know, thing to work like I can never do. Hang on one second here. Um, Thought I could just share just something here. Hang on, guys. Technology is fun for me. Here we go. Advanced sharing. Okay, nope. It's gonna make me share my whole screen because if it does, that would be terrible. Bear with me, guys. Dom, just any quick thoughts as we have technology issues because I was not prepared for this.
There were some surprises because there was a few that I had forgotten about, and as I saw them, I was like, "Oh man, like why didn't I put that down?" But like I had put in my when I released the list, there were so many good films from the beginning of the year till now that sometimes there is some that kind of slip through the cracks, but luckily other people were able to remember those ones, and now I can go back and revisit those choices.
Yeah, I think the big thing for me is once we got the nominations out of the way, we can revisit and get ready for our voting process that comes with it. Some of the things, obviously, I was very upset with on the surface. No Iron Claw. That really breaks my heart. I do blame A24 with its rollout with it. I feel like it should have premiered at a festival. We could have really gotten a big kind of
Yeah,
momentum going with that film. But just real quick, Best Picture nominees. American Fiction, Barbie, The Color Purple, The Holdovers, Killers of Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, and Saltburn. I think the only one that kind of surprised me was Saltburn here, but
same,
like
same.
there was a few films that I think a lot of people complained about not being on here. One of the ones I would have loved to see here is Anatomy of a Fall. That's a movie that I loved a whole lot, but I'm not mad at Saltburn being here. It's not my favorite movie of the year, but I do think that it's a interesting and diverse and weird choice that you wouldn't expect pop up here, right?
Right, right. I definitely. I mean, the list is not that dissimilar to what we talked about the other night, but Saltburn is kind of that surprise. Um,
Very happy to see
and
the
I
color
mean,
purple on the list, though.
yeah, yeah, and this is when we get into the territory of popularity with those all these choices, for there being such great films. We get who's the popular director,
Yeah.
who is going to do the popular push, and like it said, Barbie's leading all the nominations with 18, and it's a cultural phenomenon. So that's the one to beat, and it's a tough beat.
It is, and not really. So there wasn't much surprise there outside of Saltburn. As far as the best actor category, if you told me to pick six nominees, this probably would have been the six that I think would have came back with
Yeah,
Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Leonardo DiCaprio for Killers of the Flower Moon, Coleman Domingo, Rustin, Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers, Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, and Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction. Again, I really love seeing the American Fiction love here, and then of course Coleman
yeah.
Domingo as well.
Yeah, I've seen online a lot of people are really pushing for Jeffrey Wright, which is great to see. And hopefully he's able to pull this out. Again, though, it's a tough category.
Man, it is. Yeah, because if you look at this, I mean, their Oscars only take 5. So one of these guys is sitting out probably more than like this is probably our 6. The final
Yeah,
6,
yeah.
I think. You know what I mean? So that to me is definitely a great category. I mean, it's going to be hard to for me. I have an idea of who I'm already going to pick, but we'll talk about that another day. As far as best actress goes, this is where I think things get interesting because I think there's a lot of great performances in here. I'm not mad at any of these. Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon, Sanji Hula for Anatomy of a Fall, Greta Lee for Past Lives, which I absolutely adore. She's here. Carey Mulligan for Maestro, Margot Robbie for Barbie, and Emma Stone for Poor Things. I know you're
Yeah, I
very
definitely
excited to
think.
see about the Emma Stone there.
Oh yeah, for sure. She's my front runner. I do believe that Lily Gladstone, because of the big push. I mean, every single magazine she's on, either in the cover or one of the cover pages. But I just don't think it's strong enough for Best Actress. But we'll see.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I didn't whether a fan of the film or not doesn't matter. I just don't feel like, in my opinion, where she ranks in this category is legitimately 6. I think that, to me, of all these performances, I mean, Greta Lee, Carey Mulligan, Emma Stone, and Margot Robbie and Sandra Hula all give lights out performances in their movies. Not to say Lily
Yeah,
Gladstone isn't great. She's very good in the movie. She's probably the best part of the movie, but yeah.
yeah.
Moving on, a supporting actor right off the top was very excited to see Sterling K. Brown get locked in for American Fiction. This made me so incredibly happy. Robert De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon, Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Gosling for Barbie, Charles Melton for May December, Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things. Again, no real surprises here outside of excited to see Sterling K. Brown get some love. What about you, Dom?
I definitely think that Charles Melton could have been swapped out for the young actor in The Holdovers, opposite of
Dominic
Giamatti.
Sessi, I think it is.
Yeah, I don't. Charles is Charles is good. I don't think that that performance is belongs in this category,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I am on the same boat. I am not a. I know it's a popular film, and I know a lot of people love it, but we are not May December stands on this podcast, and that's perfectly fine.
No.
Everybody has their acquired taste and love for films. This film and another film that I saw going around that people weren't happy not seeing nominated was All of Us Strangers. But to be honest with you,
Yeah.
that movie was good, not great for me either. So like those both fall in that line. May December just was not for me.
Right.
Let's see here. Moving right along to Best Supporting Actress. Definitely weird in some parts, but we'll go over Emily Blunt, Oppenheimer, Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple, American Ferrari for Barbie, Jodie Foster, Nyad, Julianne Moore for May December, Divine Joy, Randolph for The Holdovers. Happy to see Danielle Brooks here. A lot of people are leaving her out because they haven't seen the film, but if you've seen the film, you know that she is a force to be
Yeah.
reckoned with in that movie. Probably, I'll just go ahead and announce it to everyone now. She's probably who I'm picking here. I think she gives by far the best. She gives by far the best performance in this category. Happy to see American Ferrari for Barbie because I do think that she has one of the most pivotal moments in that entire film.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts in this category?
Man, honestly, The Color Purple should have two. It should be Danielle Brooks and Taraji P. Henson. Um, I like Jodie Foster, and she's the best part of Nyad for me because I like to look at that story through her lens.
Agreed.
However, she's not beating to me, she's not beating out Taraji. She's just not. Um, but it's Jodie. I mean, it's hard to beat Jodie. Not saying she doesn't belong there, but if I had to swap, it'll be her and Taraji in the swapping places.
Look, I'll say it. I don't think she belongs there. Like to me, like I just don't see that as a performance that really knocked my socks off. I would rather have seen
Right.
Rosamund Pike for Saltburn even. I lied it. Film's not great per se. I really enjoyed it, but her performance is something that I would have loved to have seen here. We'll dive more into the who we wish would have been there later on, but supporting actress definitely fun. Let's see here. Let's talk best. This was a fun one too. Best young actor actress Abby Ryder Forreston for Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Uh, Ariana Greenblatt for Barbie. Wonka, Khalil Lane. Milo Machado Graner for Anatomy of a Fall. Dominic Sessa for The Holdovers, and Madeline Yuna Hoyles for The Creator. Really strong category.
Yeah.
Have no clue who I'm voting for.
Yeah,
Um,
and Madeline's the one that I forgot about, and I
Same,
remember she was the one after the movie. I was like, that kid is great. And
100%. It
then
was the
as soon
best
as
part of the whole movie.
yeah, and then as soon as I saw that list come, I was like, whoa, I'm glad that she got through because I forgot, and I mean, she's good. I feel like Abby might. I mean, the whole movie is centered around her. I feel like she might pull it off, but Dominic Sessa was really good too.
Milo Machado
It's
Grana for Anatomy of Fall, man. That
yeah,
courtroom
that
scene
kid
is
is
lights out. And then I love
yeah,
seeing Kalia, I think it is, Lane for Wonka because her performance is great in that movie. She's really good opposite
yeah.
Chalamet. So
This actually might be like the toughest category, really.
for sure, it really is because everybody here provides something to their film.
Yeah,
I'm gonna skip. We'll do actor ensemble real quick. Um, Air may be the only surprise here, but not the surprise, I guess, with Air, Barbie, Color Purple, Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer. Happy to see the Color Purple here. Wish we would have saw the Iron Claw here. Really feel like if they would have got it in front of more people, we would have seen it here. Outside of that, not really a surprise. Honestly, everything here is exactly how I'd expect it.
yeah. I'm really surprised that Iron Claw didn't
American
claw its way
Fiction,
into this
another one.
category.
Oh, what
Yeah,
a pun! Stop it,
I
Dom.
mean,
Come
and
on.
even
You
and
said the Iron
even
Claw didn't claw its way into the category. You mother.
And I'm
Fine.
really honestly, if it had a bigger push, I could see something like a Gardens of the Galaxy Volume 3 slipping in there because of the it is a ensemble movie. It's always been
That's a
ensemble
terrible movie
and
too, but
the no. Um but yeah, Iron Claw should have been in there. American Fiction. I mean, again, the color purple is very new to a lot of us, and it's great. So it's hard not to pick it. Same with the holdovers. But if you want to take like performance, like a huge ensemble like the rest of them, the holdovers might have to step to the side. But people love the film. It
yeah,
slipped in there.
yeah. The holdovers to me were this. Actually, if there was an odd movie out, if I just had to pick one odd movie out, it wouldn't even be Air. It would be the holdovers.
Yeah.
The one movie that I think that like I would completely get rid of. Honestly, there's three movies that I could get rid of in this category, but if I was looking at one glaring hole, it's the holdovers. I really feel like an
Yeah.
ensemble wise, I think you got good performances throughout it, but I just don't think it's that movie. But let's see what we got here. Let's go through ads on Twitter because look, make sure you're getting your. I mean, we got ads up the wazoo on Twitter anymore. That and porn bots. Best director. This will be the last one we touch on before we go. Like I said, we're gonna go further in depth of these this weekend. I mean, this is almost it's kind of universal across the board. Bradley Cooper, Maestro, Greta Gerwig, Barbie, Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things, Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer, Alexander Payne, The Holdovers, and Martin Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon. Again, I will again say I don't think that Alexander Payne belongs in this conversation because I don't think The Holdovers, while a good movie, I don't think it's a great directed movie. And
Yeah,
we're not
yeah.
talking about movie here, guys. We're talking about direction wise. I feel like there's so many other razor sharp directions that we could have gone. Justin Tryout for Anatomy of a Fall is really one that I feel like could have been here.
Yeah.
Celine Song for Past Lives not being here really hurt my heart. But that's just the name two off the top of my head here that I'm looking at my own screen. But yeah, that's something that I was really kind of sad about is seeing Alexander Payne, in my opinion, not a great directed film, especially when you have other people out there. What are your thoughts on the category?
Yeah, I definitely think that Maestro and probably Oppenheimer are probably going to be the two that are really tough to beat.
The
Um,
juggernauts for
I,
sure.
yeah, I really want to say Poor Things, but I think that Poor Things is going to like be the juggernaut in like cinematography possibly. But they don't still also have to compete with Oppenheimer. So yeah, Nolan's gonna steal some awards away. But also Greta is Greta, and everything she touches whether it's written, produced, directed, she tends to knock people out. So, Barbie could possibly dominate everything. Um, so this is a tough year. Like we said before, people may have been like, "No, this down this year." No, the hell it's not.
It really is. Like this has been an incredible year because there's a lot of great films. Like there really is. And
Yeah,
like I said, I personally am. I feel like the bottom two of these you can leave out personally. Payne and Scorsese. I know everybody loves Killer Fire Moon. I'm on the opposite end of that. But even beyond the opposite end of that, I don't really care because that's fine. Because if you think that it's a well-crafted film, again, the holdovers to me is just a glaring hole that I just can't get
yeah,
over.
yeah.
But yeah, that's us going over the main categories of Critics' Choice nominations that came out today. Again, catch us every Sunday, 8:39-ish every Sunday, whatever we decide to kind of go live. But make sure to follow us both on Twitter and both on Instagram across the board so that you guys can catch up when we're going to be live. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll talk to you guys on Sunday. And don't forget to tune in to the 29th Annual Critics' Choice Awards live on the CW January 14th, where Dom and I will be out there schmoozing and boozing with everybody. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?